morning everyone, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. It is Friday morning. The weekend is almost upon us. So it is Friday. Good morning everyone. I'm here in my flat in Rochester. I visited my mum yesterday and I'm back home now. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. Today is the anniversary of the first public loos with flushing toilets, which opened in 1852. The tuppence charge discouraged people from spending a penny though, and the toilets closed a few weeks later.
Alexa, what's the time please?
Good morning, Crystal. It's 7:40 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Friday the 2nd of February.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
Right now in Rochester, it's 6 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Today's forecast has overcast weather, with a high of 13 degrees and a low of 6 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Why do you never see cows hiding in trees? They're too good at it.
Alexa, whose birthday is it today?
Today's famous birthdays include Paul Mescal, Colombian singer Shakira, actor from England David Jason, English actor Gemma Arterton, and Croatian footballer Ivan Perisic.
Alexa, how old is Shakira?
Shakira is 47 years old.
Shakira's 47. And Alexa, how old is David Jason?
David Jason is 84 years old.
Right, so happy birthday to everybody whose birthday it is today. We're all getting older, all of us. And I do remember Shakira. Many years ago. She was in her 20s, just like women like Dua Lipa and women like that now. Shakira was in her 20s, obviously over 20 years ago now. So life goes on, doesn't it? New people arise, and it will be like that to the end of time. So like I said, I'm here in my flat. I get up, I make myself a lovely cup of coffee, feed my pets who are being mischievous this morning. And actually Harry, the ginger and white kitten, gets on with Max, my chihuahua, and they play, because Max is no bigger than a cat. In fact, he's a bit smaller than my eldest cat, so Harry is wrestling Max. He's wrestling him. And he don't think he understands. So yeah, I went round to my mum's yesterday after I had this massive headache. Because I think I've just let things get a bit stressful, so I decided to take a break for a couple of hours and try and rest around my mum's flat. Because I know that the weekend's going to be chaotic. I know it's going to be noisy, so you've got to prepare yourself for it. So I decided to take a bit of a time out. I had a shopping delivery yesterday from Tesco's. The lady that delivered it was very nice, and I was in a terrible... I've just had this massive headache and I couldn't really see what I was doing properly, but she lifted the crates up for me, which was nice of her. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I got off of the Tesco delivery yesterday. So we got some blueberry juice drink, Tesco's blueberry juice. I haven't tried that one before. I like cozying up at night with a good film and a nice cup of hot chocolate. So we've got some Galaxy instant hot chocolate, just add water. So we got some of that. I'm trying to eat healthy. That's why I got a salad yesterday. And it sounds strange, doesn't it? A salad coming from a takeaway place. But it was a very nice tuna salad. Very nice indeed. So we've got some Idahoan perfect buttery mash. I've had that before. That's nice. I told you I got some carrots. We've got some baby carrots in water. This looked nice. Potato salad. So we've got some potato salad. So it's not all high in carbohydrates. I've got some breakfast cereal. Oh. So we've got Tesco Nut and Maple Crisp. I thought I'd try this one. Just the usual necessities, really. You know, the usual necessities: milk, water, cat litter, cat food, and I'll show you these toilet rolls. So we've got this Love and Action Renova toilet paper. No, this is recycled paper, unbleached, no inks, dyes or fragrances, reduced energy consumption, less water consumption, less greenhouse emissions, renewable electricity, made with recycled plastic and 100% recyclable. Love and Action Renova toilet rolls. And I colour my hair. So we've got some Garnier Ultimate Blends Colour Illuminator Shampoo, Argan Oil and Cranberry for coloured or highlighted hair. So that's a couple of things out of my Tesco's delivery yesterday. So like I said, I had a Tesco delivery yesterday. I wasn't feeling too well. I went up to my mum's. We both had a break. I was able to rest for a couple of hours. And I came back home and I got driven home in a taxi. And he parked outside the flats. And I made sure I got outside on the pavement and not in the middle of the road, because after a migraine you can feel very, very lightheaded and dizzy and sometimes a bit disorientated, so I made sure I got out on the side of the pavement. Now today, just put my earrings in. Today I just taken it as it comes. I'm waking up earlier because I have this kitten that is very good for a kitten actually. It stays quiet and then it gets mad about 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 in the morning, and it starts scratching at the wall, jumping up at the window and knocking everything down. So I have to get up. When it gets warmer, I'll put them in a different room. So I just care about my pets, you see. gets a bit cold in that room if for some other reason. I don't know. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Package holidays you can trust. Patronage are protected, subject to availability and conditions.
Are you into worktops more than workouts? Kitchen islands more than tropical islands? Sounds like you've got a new kitchen on your mind. At Wix, we can design and install your dream kitchen. And now, there's up to 50% off appliances, worktops and installation when you buy a Wix bespoke kitchen. Plus, up to 4 years interest-free credit. Be house proud with Wix. Terms and qualifying spend apply. Wix is the credit broker. Credit provided by Navuna Personal Finance.
At Tesco Mobile, we're putting your contract price on ice. So right now you can get this unlimited data SIM for just £20 a month with Club Card prices, saving you £120. That's value frozen in. Plus we'll throw in £30 worth of Club Card points too. This is Supermarket Mobile. Search Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
Ends 24th of March. Club Card and 24-month credit agreement required. Subject to status. Value issued at 3,000 Club Card points. Terms at tescomobile.com/terms.
Everyone in London knows what this sound means. It means Car Giant, bringing you giant choice and giant savings. But hurry, for a limited time, savings aren't just giant, they're gigantic. With up to 2,000 cars all in one place, visit our West London mega site or browse online. Sale ends this weekend at cargiant.co.uk. It's how London buys its cars. Car Giant.
Worried about how you're going to pay your mortgage? You're not alone. That's why your mortgage lender is ready to offer you support. And everyone can contact their lender for help. All you have to do is reach out. The sooner you get in touch with them, the better. Reach out to your lender by visiting their website today. Reaching out won't affect your credit score.
Nick Ferrari at breakfast on LBC.
With EDF, helping to cut carbon and cost for everyone.
9 minutes before 8 is the time. Back to our conversation about the chemical attack and what's wrong with those asylum laws in a moment. Now, what do headline writers have in common with politicians? They like to sum things up in snappy words like back to basics or save lives, stay home, save lives, save the NHS or whatever. So the latest campaign is do something big, and it's to encourage people to start a career working with small children. So what lies behind do something big? The relevant minister, Children's Minister David Johnson, a Conservative MP, obviously joins me now. Good to have you on board, Minister. OK, how can my listeners do something big? Good morning.
Good morning. Well, what this government is doing is making the single largest investment in childcare ever, which is going to entitle working parents to 30 hours of free childcare every week from when their children are 9 months old until they start school, saving them up to £6,500 on the cost of childcare. And what today's Do Something Big campaign is all about is encouraging people to look at the great careers that are available within the early years sector. In those 0 to 5 years, a huge portion of our brains develop, which has a big impact on the rest of school, but also who we become as adults. And we want to encourage more people into this sector to have that big impact on young lives.
Are we rather lacking in staff there? Is there a bit of a recruitment shortage, Minister?
Well, we've seen a significant increase actually last year, an increase of nearly 13,000 people working in this sector. But what we know is that between now and September 2025, when we increase this rollout, when we'll have doubled the amount of money that we're spending on childcare, we will need more staff. We've never had this amount of childcare being offered to working families, and that's what today's campaign is all about.
And what happens if someone does want to do something big? They get a cash sign-on bonus, do they? Tell my listeners what the practicalities are.
Yes, so we're piloting in certain areas. So the campaign's running nationally, and you will see it on TV and radio and billboards and so on. But what we are also doing is piloting in 20 areas. If you give £1,000 payment, offer £1,000 payment, does it increase the number of people you get applying to work in the sector in those areas? You know, it's the sort of thing we do with schools when we have shortages of maths or science teachers for what we need. And so we will see whether that does make a difference in those areas.
Do you think people in this sector earn enough money? It's not particularly well remunerated, is it?
I think there have been significant increases through our increases in the national living wage. You know, Chancellor made a near 10% increase in the national living wage just a few weeks ago, and so I think those wages have been going up. But the biggest thing that people say to me in the sector when I go to nurseries all over the country and talk to childminders and so on is they too often feel they're seen as babysitters, and that people really don't understand the sort of early education they're doing with children at that age that can have a big impact on their lives.
You're aware of what the starting salary, entry-level salary is, are you, Minister?
Well, a lot of, I mean, as you're saying, Nick, a lot of people are being paid the national living wage, yes, at least when they enter.
So this £1,000 is a sort of sweetener, is it? A bribe?
It's to encourage people to, you know, we want to see if this makes a difference in the way that it can in other areas of education. People often say to us that they see things happen for schools that they'd like to happen for people in early years, and that's what we're doing.
But the elephant in the room here is, as I understand it, the Prime Minister last month insisting the plan to roll out the free childcare, which you've referenced, will go ahead despite, quotes, facing practical issues. It's due to start in April, but you'll be aware, but to remind my listeners, is in jeopardy because of delays in allocating funding, staff shortages and IT issues. Will it be ready to go?
It will. We have a plan to deliver this, which is on course. We did have a couple of practical issues, both of which we worked quickly to find solutions to. And Nick, you know, I heard you earlier talking about the chaos of Labour's £28 billion pledge, and childcare is another area where you can see a great contrast between a government which has a plan and a Labour Party which, 4 years since the last election, 14 years in opposition, has no plan whatsoever for childcare.
All right. Let's move. I will take you then. You've said it will be in position in April, which will get, I have to tell you, I get a lot of calls on this, so Minister, they will take great heart from that. While I have the benefit of you on the line, I need to take you to a couple of areas. You are, as of course I reference everybody, the Children's Minister, and you will have seen the very grave headlines of two children who, along with their mother, became victim of some kind of corrosive or alkali or whatever attack. And you'll also probably be aware, Minister, that the person who we believe to commit the attack arrived illegally here, but subsequently was granted asylum despite having a sexual conviction. What sort of review does the law need?
Firstly, this is an absolutely horrific case, which I know will have horrified everybody who's heard the details of it, and my thoughts are with the people affected and the officers who responded and have been injured as part of this. On the specific case, he is the police's prime suspect. There's a live investigation, which I don't want to prejudice. What we most need is people to come forward if they've information to help us find him, help the police find him. The broader point, though, I think here, not commenting on his specific case, is that this is exactly why we've had our plan to end the asylum merry-go-round. Because too often people in the public have seen people be able to frustrate the legal system, keep making legal appeals, eventually claim asylum where they're where it's very unclear that they should have been allowed to. And our Safety of Rwanda bill and plan for immigration is what's designed to deal with that.
I appreciate you don't want to go into certain answers, but let's say it's a different case. Someone presents themselves now and Rwanda is in place, what would it provide for them that is not currently available, Minister?
Well, it would remove, and it does remove, the ability for people to make endless legal appeals and to keep coming up with reasons that they should be granted asylum. And I think we've seen quite a number of cases over recent years where people's grounds for claiming asylum keeps changing, where they are basically trying every angle, having been denied asylum, to suggest that no, they must be given it. And you know, it's of great frustration to the British public, great frustration to this government, and that's why we've got this plan to end that merry-go-round.
Well, lastly, Minister, let me reflect what some of my listeners are saying. They believe that if you have a criminal conviction at the level of a sexual offence or serious assault, we're not talking about a parking fine or something like that, but if you have, and again, I won't reference the person because I appreciate I don't want to drag you as a government, but if you have a conviction at that level of a sexual offence, GBH, ABH, that should be a blanket rule. You do not get asylum. End of. Minister.
I think the details that have been reported are as concerning to me as they are to all of your listeners. I think there will be, you know, the primary focus has got to be on finding this suspect, but I think the details of what exactly has happened will then be looked at, and I think everybody will share that view if that turns out to be the case.
Grateful for your time this morning. Children's Minister David Johnson talking about the Do Something Big campaign, which you will hear, hopefully radio.
See that guy at the end there dodged that question. They just dodge it. They just don't answer the question. They just answer a question with another answer to a different question. They dodge. MPs dodge the answer, don't they? They don't answer the question. They skirt around it. Not answering the question that he was asked. They skirt around it. If someone's got a sexual offence, do you think they should be allowed into this country? And he didn't answer it, did he? See you later.